Hey, y'all, this is T. Graham Brown, and I'm with McMahon on keys, baby. Oh, good, man.
So,
that's fun, man. So
Yeah.
y'all go out mainly on weekends?
Yes, sir.
That's what we do.
Yeah. Yeah, I played with Tim McGraw for a long time, which is how I knew Chris.
Oh, okay.
And then
well, you've been in the big time.
Well, no, I've just been out there making music, you know.
That's what I've been doing too.
So, I know.
Yes.
I know. No, I was telling her, I was like, T. Graham Brown's going to be my highlight for CRA.
Well, God bless you, man.
So
how long you been in
that's
town?
the truth. 90. I came in 91.
That's
so
a long time, man.
yeah, came to town. Worked with Butch Baker. Was my first gig.
Old Butch.
Yep.
He's a friend of mine. Is
Yep.
he still around?
Oh yeah, he's working publishing. Yeah.
Butch. God, I ain't heard his name in a long. I
Yeah.
love Butch Baker.
Yeah.
So is he in Nashville?
Yeah, he's still here.
Good. Do you ever see him?
I see him on occasion.
Well, tell him I
Yeah.
said hey.
I will. He just told me that we're already rolling, so, you know.
Well, what you want to know?
Well, you know what? My first exposure to T. Graham Brown, I was working for a radio station in Waco, Texas, KNFO Radio, and I was spinning Brilliant Conversationalist.
That'd have been about 87, maybe.
Yep.
Something like that.
Yep. And I really grabbed a hold of that song because it I was always listening to everything. And people say that, but I felt like you were really doing it, where you had a real country influence, but you still had this foot firmly planted with a horn section and all that other stuff. And I always felt like you were navigating that balancing act with your career. And
Well,
that's what I heard with that first song. I don't know if that's true.
Well, I started out in R&B.
Yeah.
Well, I'm from Athens, Georgia.
Sure.
So when I was going to the University of Georgia, I played beach music, what they call Southern beach music.
Sure.
It was like it was R&B. And we sang for the kids, you know,
Right.
fraternity parties, sorority parties, and all
Right.
that stuff. And then I went through a period for about 3 years in the 70s. I thought I was David Allen Coe.
Okay.
So I went through my David Allen Coe period. It was country rocking it, and then I put together a band called T. Graham Brown's Rack of Spam.
Okay.
That was just a straight soul band. And then that's when I moved to Nashville. And I've always been like a soul guy.
Sure.
I think what happened is all the hits, basically all the hits I had, I cut in Muscle Shoals, Alabama.
Okay.
love
With the Muscle Shoals rhythm
Shoals.
section, which is R&B, an R&B town, a big R&B town. So I think when I tell like it used to be had horns all over it, but it hit on country radio, so it was kind of like I'm getting played on country radio, therefore I am country.
Right.
You know, so that's the format that always played me. So I guess I'm a country guy, but I've always been a soul guy. I just have finished up a record in Muscle Shoals, and it's just nothing but a 60s soul tribute album. I cut a bunch of stuff that was originally cut. They're all hits that were originally cut in Memphis or in Muscle Shoals. I'm calling it From Memphis to Muscle Shoals. And it's straight 60s soul. I mean, same instrumentation. The Fame boys cut it at Fame, and all their rhythm section played on it. And
Yeah.
it's the coolest record I've ever done. It's got Dwight Yoakam's doing a duet with Sammy Hagar's on it, Tanya, Wynonna,
Right.
Delbert McClinton,
Sure.
Sam Moore from Sam and Dave.
Oh, yeah. Soul Man,
Eddie
sure.
Floyd that had the original hit on Knock on Wood.
Yep.
We're doing Knock on Wood together. Little Anthony from Little Anthony and the Imperials is on it. And there's a Christian guy named Zach Williams that's really big right now. He's singing When a Man Loves a Woman on it. And so I don't know if y'all know who Bettye LaVette is. She grew up with Aretha Franklin. She's awesome soul singer. She's on it. So it's a cool record.
I'm so excited to hear it. One, because I'm from Memphis. So Memphis women and chicken.
Yeah, Memphis women and chicken.
Yes, but two, I also recorded Muscle Shoals as well. Or did you you said you worked at Fame. Were you around like with Rick Hall or the Swampers?
Oh, yeah. Well, the Swampers played on my
same
hits.
Yes. There you go. Well, I don't have a hit yet.
Back then, I cut it. There was a studio called Muscle Shoals Sound.
Okay.
And then there's Fame, of course, Rick Hall and all that Fame.
Right.
That's where I cut the tracks on my new album.
Okay.
And did all the vocals at a studio down there called Wishbone. It's an old historic studio, too. So
I love it down there. It's a lot of history down there.
Yeah, I've been going down there since 84. Something like that.
Have you ever, I like going down there and writing with my friends by the Lady of the Lake. Have you heard the Lady of the Lake story?
I've never been. Tell me about, is that the Indian?
I don't know full, on details. I just know that if you're really quiet enough, you can hear her sing through the lake and get inspired to write a song.
Cool. No, I never have done that.
Yeah, so my buddy over there works at Cypress Moon Studios, so we'll go down there and we'll write by the lake.
Well, that's cool.
By the lake. I know.
Get that vibe going.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Well, good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Lots of luck.
Thank you. Yes.
Well, I know that you were saying this is the coolest record you've ever done. I wonder, because when I go back and listen to your stuff, particularly the Forever Changed record.
Well, that was a good project too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. I don't know if. Well, this new one's cool. The thing about this new one is that's different than from Forever Changed is this is just basically a vanity project that I've been wanting to do. I've just wanted to make a soul record for straight soul for so long. Now that Forever Changed album was more produced. We really worked on it sonically. But it's got some great songs and great guests on it too. So and we got a Grammy nomination on it too.
Well, that doesn't hurt.
So I mean, it was a good record, and it still is a good record.
Well, and when I look at that, I wonder. I mean, you talk about the new record being a vanity project. I look at Forever Changed as kind of being little pieces of that, but being such a culmination of, your faithful side, which is why, Wine into Water is still onto that record. But, when you look at the cover of People Get Ready that you did, and it's like, the Oaks are on it, and that's the big country thing. But I'm looking at Steve Cropper, and I'm saying,
and Leon Russell's on.
Yeah.
I think that might have been the last stuff Leon cut.
Right.
See, Leon was one of my best friends. I was a pallbearer at his funeral. And Leon Russell was an awesome guy.
Yeah.
And a humongous talent with a resume.
Played with everybody.
And on all some really cool stuff. He was in the Wrecking Crew out there in Hollywood. I'm playing on everybody's right. He moved to Hollywood when he was 17, I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, he put together that Joe Cocker, Mad Dogs and the Englishman tour. Leon Russell did everything. But that record, I had some good Southern gospel soul, like Jason Crabb. I don't know if you know who Jason Crabb is. Yeah, he's a white soul Southern gospel guy. So that was a fun record.
Well, it's a fun record, and it's also all the pieces that I see musically of T. Graham Brown. It's the faith piece, it's the country piece.
We had some soul on it and horns on it.
Well, and I'm saying, exactly where you were when Otis Redding's plane went down.
Well, I'm from Georgia.
Yeah.
So I grew up idolizing Otis Redding.
Sure.
And the Allman Brothers were down there making all those. They had some good stuff going on in making. Marshall Tucker Band was down there. Jimmy Hall, Wet Willie was down there. Charlie Daniels cut some stuff down there.
Yeah.
So there's been some great bands come out of Georgia,
Yeah.
and especially Athens. See, I went to high school in Athens and went to Georgia.
Right.
And the B-52s I went to high school with, REM, drive-by truckers.
Wow.
Just, Athens has always
You were
been a
surrounded
fertile music town.
Right.
But, man, I guess I'm confused and I don't really know what I am.
That's okay.
I just like you were saying you listen to I literally listen to everything, and my favorite stuff to listen to is on Sirius XM. I listen to the R&B channel. I listen to classic rock. I grew up on classic rock too.
Sure.
I had a transistor radio in the 60s glued to my ear.
Right.
And hearing all that Paul Revere and the Raiders, the Beatles, the Stones, Aretha, Otis, all that. I loved Gary Puckett. I loved his singing. There was so much going on back then.
Well, what I've had the opportunity to see you live once. Saw you do a show out at the Johnny Cash Museum.
When was that?
A few years ago.
Was it any good?
It was. Hey, I was thrilled to be there,
Oh,
man. You
good.
were awesome. You were awesome.
I can't remember that show.
Yeah, it was. I don't remember what the event was.
Was the band any good? Was it a band show?
Yeah, it was a band show. Yeah.
Was the band good?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good.
Yes, sir. But it brings to mind what that you're a live performer.
Well, that's what I've always done, man.
Right, but I mean, I've always heard the records, but I feel like you have always been the most vital when you have been performing live.
I think I sing better.
Right.
Well, man, my whole philosophy is sing with passion,
Yeah.
and sing on pitch.
Well, that works.
If you can sing with passion and sing on pitch, you're gonna be all right.
Well,
And thank God, I'm 69 years old, and I feel like it's so funny, man. I feel like the older I get, the more I find my voice. I find myself, kinda. I think I'm singing better now than I've ever sung before.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's just me imagining it or if it's real, but I could still hit all the notes I want to hit.
yeah.
I love that.
I've learned a lot about singing, about what
Sure.
not to do. I used to think I oversang,
Yeah.
maybe I overdid it a little bit.
Yeah.
So I've dialed I'm pretty dialed into what I like.
Yeah.
Well, I know that
I wish I could go back and re-sing some of those hits. Sometimes I'll hear something on the radio,
Yeah.
and I think, boy, he was just a kid. He hadn't learned that. He was still
He
in the
didn't know.
learning process back
that's
then.
all of us.
So
That's all of us.
I just think I'm better than I used to be. And I know I'm a better person.
Yeah.
I got through all that drug and alcohol mess.
Yeah.
I'm still standing. They just
That's awesome.
asked me to be a member of the Grand Ole Opry
I
last
was
week.
gonna say I saw that
I mean,
video.
and I got this
Congratulations.
thank you. And I got this new record coming out. I'm doing fine.
You're fine.
Yeah.
I'm doing fine. You know what? I'm doing what I want to do. Nobody tells me what to do. I'm not chasing a hit
Yeah.
at radio and trying to satisfy everybody. I'm at peace with myself. I don't think I got anything left to prove. And I'm just in a good spot, man. I got a good band. Still got a band in the bus. And we go out and we'll do about probably 50 or 60 shows this year, which I don't want to work too dang hard. I'm 69 years old. I want to.
Well, in between all of that touring, though, you're doing the radio thing.
And I get to, I do the radio thing, which is fun, a lot of fun.
Well, and the cool thing, again, the live stuff. My favorite record of yours is the Billy Bob's record.
Well, that's a pretty good record.
And everything you just described about how you're singing and doing things you want to do, I mean, that ain't no dust on me. I mean, that
Ain't
is
no
exactly
dust
what
on
that
me,
is.
man. That's so funny you said that. I wrote that song a long time ago, man.
Yeah?
Ain't no dust. I haven't done it in so long. I might need to resurrect that song.
I'm thinking you should.
Ain't no dust.
Well, so that's the live performance. Now, what was it that made you say, you know what, I want to go find all these live performances from my friends, from Diamond Rio and all these other people?
I've had this idea, man, about playing cuts from people's live albums. I just thought it'd be cool listening.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be cool for people to listen to. It took me a while to get SiriusXM to do it.
Yeah.
But once they started doing it, I guess they got enough listeners to where they keep, every year they re-up me, so they must be having enough listeners to want to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And I do one a month, and they air it 10 times during the month. They stagger the listening time so everybody has a chance to hear it.
Yeah.
And it's on they have an app you can download, and they have one cool thing about it is they have an on-demand feature on this app, and you can go back and listen to back episodes of the show, which is really cool. And I usually do 6 artists a show, a couple of songs each, and then I talk to an artist. I'll call somebody up and talk to them for 15, 20 minutes and play their stuff.
Well,
and I get to be in movies, man. I've been in a couple of movies lately, which is fun. I have fun, man, and the grass is starting to grow so I can start cutting my grass again. I love that. Cutting grass is one of my favorite things. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things, man.
That's awesome. Well, if anybody's looking for anybody, I know who to call.
Yes, I'm your man. I tell you, I was in a Trace Atkins video a couple of years ago, and I was talking to his manager about my lawnmower breaking down.
Yeah.
So he went to Home Depot and bought me a new lawnmower. I got a good lawnmower now.
There you go.
So I'm ready.
There you go. Well, we need a new country singer that's cruising around on a riding lawnmower.
Heck yeah, I'll do it, man.
Put it in the video.
I love y'all. Thanks for talking to me.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the music. I can't wait to hear the new stuff.
Oh, you're gonna like it.
I'm ready.
You're gonna
I'm
like
ready.
it.
Yeah.
I know how to find the radio station, but I know that you know how to tell people to find what you're doing and find all that stuff. So if you would, tell everybody how to find the stuff if they don't know where to look.
Well, we keep up our Facebook page all the time.
Okay.
So that's a good way to find out what's going on. We got X and Instagram and all that stuff. And then we have tgrambrown.com, which you can see our schedule on.
Okay.
And if you want to buy music, we have music and CDs and USB in it. And it's all over the internet. You can you can find music on Spotify and all Pandora and all that. All the usual places.
Yeah.
And if you see that green hillbilly T-bus going down the road, pull in behind us, follow us to a show.
I will.
I know you're going to have a good time.
I will. I will.
Just carry on and do what you think God wants you to do and keep a good attitude and stay after it.
Love that.
Great wisdom. I appreciate it.
You got it, buddy.
I knew when I started this was expected to be my high point. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome, man.
I appreciate you,
You're
sir.
welcome.
Nice to meet you.
And good luck.
Hey, thank you.
That's
Thank you.
awesome.
I
You're cutting them
appreciate it.
muscle shows.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
great.
It's so much fun.
I bet it's some good stuff, too.
Yeah, I'll have to check out who all you follow down there.
Who
If we
all
have
played
mutual
on it?
friends. David Hood.
See, David Hood played bass on this new soul record.
Yep.
Did Will McFarlane.
Yes, I was fixing to say him next.
And Kelton.
Not Kelton, Justin Hold, I think. Who's the other one?
Clayton Ivey play keyboards.
No, but I know who that is. I've seen him out there before. And then we do
So Will's on it.
Yeah, Will
That's
is on
good.
it.
Will plays in my band some.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, he's
I've
a
been
great
on-
guy.
He's a great guy.
We went and saw him play after we recorded
He's
at
a good
Flowbama.
man of God, too. I love Will.
It's a great spot down there. I hope to run into you down there.
Yeah, well, you might.
I know. Yeah, I'm down there quite a bit.
I am, too.
It's too fun.
I'll see you at Champy's.
Yes. Exactly. Do you know Mark Narmore?
Yes.
Yes. Love Mark.
For more clips from CRS, click the top button. And if you're interested in full episodes of the McMahon on Keys podcast, including live performances with our guests, click the bottom button. Until next time, this is McMahon on keys.